Dear friend, I recently had one of those moments where someone pushed back a little on something I said, and I felt my blood boiling and my fight reflex building in the most unexpected way, which surprised me because what she was saying didn't seem controversial. The conversation happened during a workshop I was facilitating for a group of women in that particular season of life where the kids are growing up and you suddenly realize you've lost track of who you actually are. We were talking about values, about how they can bring us back to feeling like ourselves in the life we are living. I said something I've said many times before, like, look for the moments in your day where you can lean into your values, even small ones, even briefly. That's when the woman pushed back. She was thinking about her audience, women who might be caring for declining parents, sitting in hospital waiting rooms, managing medications, taking on the parenting role for people you've always relied upon for strength. Her point was essentially this: you can't live your values in the middle of that. You do it in your own time, when you get a break from it. I understood why she felt that way, but I could feel my body screaming out, she's wrong. And I've been thinking about that conversation ever since, slowly trying to unpack what was going on. I realized that years ago, I would have wholeheartedly agreed with her. Then I was fascinated by helping people uncover what truly mattered to them, helping them get clear on their values, their desires, the things that made them feel most alive. Because most people have never stopped to ask themselves what they genuinely want from life, beyond expectations and obligations and all the things they think they should want. And once you know what matters to you, the question is what you do with that. I used to think the next step was changing your life to align with your values. Now I think it's about finding them in the life you already have. What has changed in my life and changed my way of thinking is trying to connect with my values in the life I'm already living. In your daily routines, when life gets messy, when you're caring for a parent, when things aren't unfolding the way you hoped. It's not about carving out time to add value packed activities. It's about living them in everyday moments. This shift in perspective has been a personal game changer. The kind of realization you want to shout from the proverbial mountaintop. But all of this only works if you actually know what your values are. And honestly, most people don't, not really, not beyond a vague sense of what feels important, which is why I keep coming back to this page from my book. Not as a checklist anymore, but as an invitation to get really honest with yourself about what you actually want from life. So here we go. What do you really want? What do you genuinely want out of life beyond the daily grind and societal expectations? Do you know what truly matters to you? Often, we chase after things that seem important on the surface, but don't align with our deep seated needs. These needs are our fundamental values and desires. They represent our guiding principles, providing a sense of purpose and direction, and they encompass the things that spark our passion and make us feel alive. They help us tune into who we really are, what matters to us, and live authentically. When our lives align with our values and desires, we feel more fulfilled and content. Life becomes richer and more rewarding. It all starts by reflecting on the person you truly want to be. This is your checklist for a truly rewarding, authentic, and kick ass life. So, this week, instead of trying to figure out your entire value system and changing our lives to align with them, I wonder if you can do something much smaller. When things feel off or heavy or unclear, ask yourself, what matters here? even in a tiny way. What would it look like to lean toward that just slightly? Because even in the messiest moments, there is usually something worth leaning toward. And leaning toward it, even just slightly, is how you feel a little more like yourself again. If this week's episode made you think of someone, I'd love you to send it through to them. Thank you so much for spending a moment with me today. Sending you loads of love, Annie.